The greatest way to overcome sin isn't by trying to not sin. It's by seeking God and filling up with God. The word sor, where it says depart from evil, also means put away. In Joshua, the word is used to say they put away the gods of their fathers. That word put away, means a conscious putting out of your life. You've got the power. I remember when I came to the Lord, there were things I had to literally, physical objects, I said, this has no more place in my life. Certain albums had no more place. Magazines, no more place. We have the power, and sometimes you have to physically put something away. You ever find yourself eating junk food, a bag, and your mind is saying it's time to put this away, but your hand just keeps filling your mouth. I've had that. I've had times I said, you know what? The problem is it's right here, so I put it in the other room, and then I went in the other room and got it back. Then I put it in the room and I sealed it. I said, it's going to be sealed. So it was good in the cabinet. So then I went back in the cabinet and opened it, and there, I said, this is too much. Finally, I'm putting this in the garbage. And then, I won't go into it. It actually, one of the keys of defeating sin, literally, is to put the props out of your sight. Get it out of your room. Get it out of your sight. Get it out of the way. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your world. Get good at putting away. If this is going to cause any stumbling, even if it said, maybe it's not called, this isn't sin, but it's going to lead to sin, get it out. You don't need it. The truth is, it's something is said, it's a kind of expression, and it's true. Sow a thought, and you'll reap an action. Sow an action, you'll reap a habit. Sow a habit, you'll reap a lifestyle. Sow a lifestyle, you'll reap a destiny. So the opposite, when the Bible says, put away the old man, put away this destiny that's going to hell, put it all away. But you put away the destiny by putting away the lifestyle. You put away the lifestyle by putting away the habit. You put away the habit by putting away the action. You put away the action by putting away the thought. You want victory? Go for the thought. That's the time you've got the most power over something before you let it become a habit, when it's a seed, when that thing comes into your mind, that's the best time to say, I'm putting that away. Don't play with it in your head and then try to put it, if you do what you have to do. But the point is, put it away when it's a seed, not when it's a tree. The Israelites had to put things outside of their camp that they didn't even see it. You got to have the same power in God. The word sor also means turn aside from. And turn aside, like not only something's coming up and you see it, I'm turning aside now. I don't even want to go even near that thing. The Bible says, I was once at a conference of pastors, and they said, well, how do you deal with temptation? How do you and I said, there's the proverb that says it doesn't say there's a thing where it says stay away from an adulterous person, but it doesn't say that. It says stay away from the door. So it's, because the adulterous person might tempt you, but a door, how many people are tempted by a door? So stay away from not just the thing, stay away from the other things. That's where you have the power. That even would lead you into that. To turn away, if I turn away from this section, if I turn away from this section, I'm facing this section. If I turn away from this section, I'm facing this. Now, I know this is deep concepts. Okay? But what it's saying is this, it actually is. Because if the greatest way of turning away from something is to focus on turning to something else. Amen. You want to turn away from ungodly thoughts, focus not on just turning away, but focus on, this is what I want to focus on. What God is. The greatest way to overcome sin isn't by trying to not sin, it's by seeking God and filling up with God. Which goes back to the dynamic of the Exodus itself. In physics, another very deep concept, and that is you cannot move away from something without moving to something. You can't move to something without moving away from something else. You can't arrive somewhere unless you've departed from somewhere else. So in the spiritual realm, the greatest way to depart evil or sin is to focus on entering where you're going. And we're going to go more into that. The word sor, depart from evil, also can mean put down. As the disciples were called by the Lord, what's the first thing they did? They dropped their nets. They put it away, put it down. But in our culture, we use the word put down to also mean put down. The Aesop's fable, the fox and the grapes, and he couldn't reach the grapes, so he said, they're sour. And we use the expression, oh, that's sour grapes. And we're talking about something bad, but there's something good about that. Because, when you look at sin and temptation, you want to put it down. You want to say, this is garbage. You want to think about all the junk and all the pain and all that's going to cause you, so it becomes sour grapes in that way. It becomes something, I don't want that, because I put it down. When you look at all the bad, it's not. The Bible says, look at the end of things. When you look at just the temptation, that's what the enemy uses. But look at the end of it. The end of it is where the thing is. So look at, if I do that, how horrible I'm going to feel then tomorrow or the next day, or my life is going to be ruined. Feel the pain, so you can say, every time I see that, I'm going to see that. I'm going to see where it goes. You rejoice in the Lord, magnify the Lord, but put down evil. Elijah was on a mountain dealing with Baal. And if you read that account, Elijah was really a sarcastic guy. Because when he said that, if you remember, he said, he shouted a little, the prophets of Baal are shouting to get Baal. He said, well, maybe, I'm paraphrasing, maybe he's hard of hearing, or maybe Baal went on a vacation, so do it more. Maybe he's indisposed right now. He's being sarcastic, but he's putting down Baal. He's putting down how false this is. And that's okay. We are to put down evil, not people, but put down evil. There's nothing for that in me. I don't want that. That has nothing for me. I don't want that junk in my life. Now, another hidden key in the Hebrew here that for breakthrough, the word sor also means to rebel. Now, wait a minute. Rebellion is wrong. Not always. Rebellion is often wrong, but not always. When I was a little child, I rebelled. I'm not proud of it, but my father would say, he'd say something, and I'd say, why? And then he would have the last word. And then I would have the last word. And I'm like this big, But I did rebel. And we rebelled, if we think, most of us, not everybody, but we could think of a lot of things we rebelled against in our former life. But the Bible says here, rebel against evil. Rebel. Anywhere where sin reigns, rebellion is a virtue, meaning rebelling against sin. Rebelling against evil. I'm not talking about people, but rebelling against what is evil. Now, we live in a culture that is more and more dark. We want to be the best citizens until it crosses the line where it says, you follow us or God. We say that's not a choice at all. We're following God. Forget you. But the point is that even in our lives, there's a holy rebellion, and say, you know what? I am not going to give in to this anymore. I'm not going to submit to the enemy anymore. Why am I obeying him when I should be rebelling against that, saying, I don't need that. I'm not listening to you. I follow God. Hi, I'm Jonathan Cahn, and I hope you were blessed with the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Feel free to share your reactions with your comments and how you were blessed, and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.